And welcome back, everybody. This is season 16, round 11 here at the Nurburgring GP track. Getting a close on this sprint championship, and with one more race to go after this one, it's going to be pretty interesting overall. The serious league, everyone, trust me. The good news is, I don't know if it's good, but I forgot to hit record through practice. So this amateur definitely isn't going to be able to splice that in any way. So you guys just get qualifying then the race as far as if anyone that watches is back. I mean, my bad. Nothing really happened in practice anyway. Nothing that bears repeating here. Besides the fact that we have three drivers, actually four technically. Peter Flanner also might be on par. No, he's got about 200-point deficit at the moment. So there's three drivers that are out there on track for the pro drivers. And I think Jeff is going to take another unserious lap here. Maybe take 2 laps to warm up his tires. So he's not going on a push lap right now. So I'm going to just pull towards someone who might. That might be Jake Daly here. No pre-race shenanigans for you from YouTube. You had to be there to know it, I guess. Yeah, that's probably for the best. Unfortunate as it is. Yeah, Jeff is not on a push lap. I mean, if he is, he didn't quite show it on the straight when he was leaving to get more some warmth in those tires. All to say is that Jason Daly, is leading in class right now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens for him in the AMs. Whether or not he's going to be able to pull off another win over Eric Koonsman. But Ryan Otis, Austin McGill, and Gage Hines are all in clear contention for the Pro Championship here. Jacob Simmons has now got another drop week. Actually, he's 2 races he's fully missing, so only one of them is going to count to the drop week. He would be in the same category as Peter Flanner on having to cut the deficit. Basically, all of his competitors would have to finish very poorly, and I doubt that's going to be the case. So across the board, it's 154.3 for Jeff. Jake Daly with 155, Dylan Thomas with 156, Matt Benson with 154, Peter Flanner with 154. Chris Chitterling goes into third there as he pushes down, as Austin McGill has now got the fastest time over Joshua Jablonski. Got 13 drivers that have all set qualifying times now, and Gage Hines is not one of them. Probably going to be this one for him. Rodrigo Theory across the line with the 154. Mark Foley now the fastest of the 154s in first. But we'll see these times go down a little bit. It looks like that was Forrest Holland giving Mark Foley a little bit of a breather there. Aaron Siciliano in the P16. Probably start reading off some of these a little later. Prashant now has taken P16 away as Joshua Justice goes into 23rd. Michael Chody into 25 as Tyler Kern pushes in at 21. Ben Gary across the line into 21, overtaking Tyler Kern there. See, Trey Mistack is in the pit, so is Chris Stewart, Max Klein, and Dakota Floyd. So we may not see an actual qualifying time for Trey Mistak. Kind of impressive, but Mark Foley's still holding out that lap. Maybe Gage Heinz can do something here as he's about to go cross the line. And Gage Heinz does. He goes with 152.8. Peter Flanner with a 153. Chris Chidling in the 153s. Austin McGill with a faster time than Gage Heinz there with a 152.7. Ryan Otis is also in the 152s. And it looks like we have a train forming right here with these three. Braden Daniels just ahead of Ryan Otis, and then Joshua Jablonski. Getting pretty sweaty out there. Mark Foley still only down at P5 with 153.1. Brandon Burns goes across the line into 11th. Patrick Rich into 14th. Andrew Bogan in 19th. Tom Smith in 21. Aaron Siciliano takes back that. 21 on himself there. Prashant Jayaraman goes into P12 with that time across the board. Angel Bonello Soto into 16th with that time. And Tyler Curtin into 20th. Get a driver side by side in turn one, but that's two. That is the one thing that I'm kind of curious about. Is I've just got Michael here. And Dan, what's that? Isaac Gardner just ahead of him. Different cars, but still running these black liveries. We're seeing a bunch of black liveries, just default black ones. Maybe it's just the easiest way to just put on the not run their own custom liveries because of the having to use these rookie accents. Maybe that's about why that is the case. Seth Hansen hasn't set a time on the board just yet, and neither has Steve McAllister or Kurt Moss or Isaac Gardner. And Craig Carroll also out there, 2 laps, no time set just yet. Chris Virgin also in that boat, Red Bull livery guy. Austin McGill has taken that fastest lap. Braden Daniels now goes into 13th. And I'll start rifling off some of these drivers. People I probably haven't said yet. Top Force Holland goes into 23rd. Aaron W. Lester here. Ooh, he's off. That's unfortunate. He'll get that back in form. He's got to keep pushing. He's in 37th at the moment. Michael Chody is in 36. Daniel Beck in 35. So he gets the time across the board. Joshua D. in 34. Jackson Shalak in 33. Eric Kunzman in 32. Richard Swiderski into 32. Sorry. Got another time set on the board. Ben Gary in 31. Andrew Frank 30. Oof. Aaron Siciliano in 29. Isaac Gardner does cross the line into 31 at the moment. Joshua D improves into 20. Aaron Siciliano 30. Joshua Justice 29. Tom Smith is 29 still as Ben Gary goes quicker into 25. Kurt Moss into 28. Force Holland into 27. Tyler Curran into 26. Ben Gary, as I said, 25 so far. Marshall Scarry into 24. Jackson Schlock improved into 23. Patrick Rich went into 22. Angelo Bonello Soto in 21. Richard Swiderski improves into 29 there. As Joshua D is in 20th. Andrew Fogan is in 19. Jake Daly into 18. Rodrigo Theory into 17. Braden Daniels into 16. And the drivers P1 through 15, you can see them on the board, on the leaderboard there. But Dylan Thomas is in 15. Aiden Gortz into 14. Matt Benson into 13. Did Jake get a new livery? Jake, maybe. Matt Benson crosses the line into 7th. I could take a look. John Javecki into 13. Joshua Jablonski into 12. Prashant Jayaraman into 11. Brandon Burns now improved into 10. John McCluan into 9th. Marshall Scarry improves into 20th. As we have Rodrigo Theory improving into 9th. As Chris Shearling is 8. Matt Benson stays in 7. Rodrigo Theory goes down into 10th as John improves into 9th. John Javecki improves into 11th there. Mark Foley into 6th. Ryan Otis into 5th right now. Gage Heinz into 4th. Jeff Koffold into 3rd. Peter Flanner into 2nd. Austin McGill still leading us in the with that 152.104. Was that Jake? Oh, Jack Schlock improved into 23rd there. Drivers that I didn't see. Darius Timms goes into 36. I think that's the only one I missed, maybe. Now, because we have 4 drivers. Kurt Moss into 21st. That was a driver that I missed. Jake. Where's Jake? Jake Daly's in the 19th. Quali is on right now, yes. We have 3 minutes, 51 seconds left in qualifying. Jake Daly does not appear to have a livery on this this Porsche. Richard Swiderski improves into 28th. And we have Steve McAllister joining us into 42nd. Chris Virgin into 41. I think that's Craig Carroll in the 37th. Oh, he blinked out there. Daniel Beck, I believe we said, but yeah, he's 38th at the moment. We have 4 drivers that have not set times on the board, and at this point I don't think they will. Maybe they will show up for the race. We have 43 that are technically participating at the moment. Josh Jablonski improves into 13th. That time, right there on the right, it's all green and highlighted. As it stands right now, our leader for the pros is in first. Leader for Pro-Am is in second on the overall, first in class. Matt Benson might join us in the commentary booth after this race because he is sitting pretty high in 7th. First in class is first, leading them. And he's got Eric Koonsman, who's down in P15. That is the closest for him. Kind of similar for Jeff Koffold here, who's sitting in 2nd. His closest rival is Chris Chitterling, and he is in 8th on the overall. That said, can't forget this driver right behind, and that is Jean McLuhan, and he is the leader of the rookies. His closest driver is P19, a full 10 spots back. Is this a... what is this? What is that? Oh, it's an anime waifu livery. Trey Mistek is going to love seeing that on the stream. He is a certified weeb himself. And now we got a couple more anime liveries on the... they're on track. I mean, we don't need them, but here they are. Thanks for that, John. I don't even think any... I couldn't even tell you who else has one. I know Braden Daniels. No, it's not Braden Daniels, but some guy in a Porsche. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's one way to stop your car. Angel Bonello Soto improved into 24th with that time on the board. No Hatsume Miku this time. There is a driver that has that, right? I can't think of their name. Ryan Otis improving into 4th. They do make it easy to tell which car is which. Yeah. Austin McGill's in the pits. Jeff Koffel's in the pits. So it's going to be Peter Flanner trying to improve. That's definitely way off. Yeah, I think he's done. And I think okay from Andrew Fogan here. Went into P15. Improved lap for him as Aiden Gewurtz also improved. Aiden usually, I think, had one. No, he's switching to this one. I don't know. Where's Trey? Trey is not qualifying. He's in the pits. We have Ryan Otis still out there. Trying to set a time. Tyler Kern improves into 25th with that time across the board. Joshua D also improves into 20th. That time across the board. And drivers are still out there. Oof. Oh. What happened there? Oh, it's lost the rear. Clips Aaron Siciliano. And yep. That is no bueno. Yep. Drivers are still out there. They're trying to improve. A couple of them are going into the pits. This is overtime now. all drivers across the board. We're just going to get to see whether they improve or not improve. Dylan Thomas did improve into 14th with that time across the board. Eric Koonsman improved into 17th. His time. That Marshall Scary. Only 23rd for him. No improvement on that lap. Mark Foley is still out there. Wonder if he was able to get his across, if this is going to count. Definitely not, right? No, it could have been. Still pushing. He is the only driver out there on track. No, he definitely didn't. I don't think he got across the line. Might just be doing a practice run at this point. Is the sub notification volume normal? Yes. I don't know. Maybe. I wonder who Mark's teammate is. Is this guy dead or something? Yeah, you would wonder that Jeff. You would wonder. Especially since I don't think this lap's going to count for anything. Appreciate that, Trey. I don't know what that is. Oh, they're resub tier 1 for 16 months. Awesome. I'm sure the higher-ups will like that. You always appreciate it. I don't think this is going to count. Yeah. It's just about practice at this point, and that put us a full 2.5 minutes on OT. Thanks, Mark. Well, with results, we got Austin McGill in P1, Jeff Koffel P2, Peter Flander P3, Ryan Otis P4, Gage Hines P5, Mark Foley P6, John Javecki P7, Matt Benson P8, Chris Shearling P9, Jean McLuhan in 10, Rodrigo Theory in 11, Brandon Burns 12, Josh Polonsky 13, Dylan Thomas 14, Prashant Jayaraman in 15, Andrew Boygan in 16, Bogan? Eric Koonsman 17, Aiden Gwertz 18, Braden Daniels 19, Joshua D 20, Jake Daly 21, Kurt Moss 22, Marshall Scary 23, Jackson Schlock 24, Angel Bonello Soto in 25, Tyler Kerner 26, Patrick Rich 27, Joshua Justice 28, Richard Swedeski in 29, Aaron Siciliano in 30, Daniel Beck 31, Forrest Holland 32, Beth Hansen 33, Isaac Gardner 34, Ben Gary 35, Andrew Frank 36, Tom Smith 37, Darius Timms 38, Craig Carroll 39, Chris Virgin 40. And if these drivers show up, well, Michael Chody did set a time, so did Steve McAllister, P41, and then Steve McAllister 42, Aaron Lester in 43. They did set times. Trey will probably show up. He'll be P44, Chris Stewart 45, Dakota Floyd 46, and Max Klein 47. Those last three are going to be up in the air. But we'll see what the other ones can do. Ready for Jake to crush. 21st. Yep. Eric's teammate as well. Yeah, Bluth Company Racing is really failing in the team championship here. Rear chase. I guess we'll take a look here. Max Klein is here. So is Chris Stewart and Trey Mistack. So we got all of them except Dakota Floyd, P46. So I guess we'll take a look forward. The different liveries while we wait for everyone to grid. And I think it is gridded. We're about to get started. And yep, we are about to start. Yep, look at that. Jean's waifu. And Austin Can he hold off a sister teammate? Well, as Ryan Otis and Peter Flanner just behind. Is this going to end up badly in the arena section? Sort of did the last time we went here. And they're already off. Look at that, Gage Hines trying to make it 3 wide with Peter Flanner, and they're going side by side. Almost easy does it for Jeff going into turn 1. But nope, he's actually going to have to battle his teammate. Oof, and Peter Flanner hits him, and off they go. And now we have a pile up into turn 1. And who would have predicted that? Me. And it was before we even got directly into the arena section. And drivers are all over the place. We'll take a look at that later. Just seeing if we can get through this section. And there's no safety car. And the spin further back has caused a ruckus. That's Tom Smith going down the order. And it is everyone working their way up. We got a drop from Rodrigo Theory. He has parked it. Trey Mistak is now up 7 positions from where we started this race. And he's got Angel Bonello Soto just next to him, who's down 11. Did Jake get out of that unscathed? Jake made up 8 spots. And look at that, Eric Koonsman doing his best Chris Lambeth impression, because both those, his blue car is definitely damaged. And that is pretty damaged. If we're looking at that, as Andrew, what's that? Andrew Foden here, who's trying to battle out here with Peter Flanner? No, that's Eric Koonsman. Peter Flanner's joining this fight. It was side by side. Andrew on the losing end of this battle, as Peter has gone on by and has also overtaken Eric Koonsman. Whoa, that's one way to cut the corner. And he's back off and down some spots. Now down 12. Marshall Scari's going to have to battle him into turn 1 now. This is getting quite spicy. Here on lap 2 we go. And Jeff down 13. Now down 12 as he gets by Marshall Scari. Oh, and it's actually kind of rough. Jake Daly, Matt Benson. Jake doing well for himself, who's up 1, but Matt Benson down 12. He was caught in a collision. Jesus! Darius Tim is off. Take a brief one here. What happened in this moment? Oh, that's another driver who kind of stuck it on the inside and spun him. I think they're blank. What's that? Ryan Otis is down into 22nd. He was off from that initial start. The only winners here are Austin McGill and Gage Hines, up 3 spots. John Javecki up 4. Mark Foley up 3, 2. Chris Schitterling is up 4. Joshua Jablonski up 7. I guess the front runners, Jean McLean here is also up 3. Prashant Jayaraman up 7. Dylan Thomas up 5. He's in 9th. Braden Daniels up 9. Jackson Schlock up 13. Eric Koonsman up 5. He's got Jackson Schlock. Ooh, and we got a battle here with Andrew Fogan here, and it looks like it's going to go down to Andrew. Oh, there is the entire front end fully gone now for Eric Koonsman. And that is another driver who's got some bad luck on that one. But he's in 2nd at the moment. Jeff is going to try to get on by Eric Koonsman into turn 1, and it looks like that's what they're planning on doing here. Trying to make up some time. Her? What did I say something about her? A lot of drivers are going side by side in that one. Aiden Gortz. And no, sorry, yeah, that was Aiden Gortz here and Kurt Moss. Aiden hasn't moved up or down here. Maybe he has. He's trying to make a move here on Kurt Moss, who's up 5. But he's got a couple fast boys right behind him as well. Matt Benson. Oof. Ah, Jesus. And how'd that happen? Oh. Yeah. That'll do it. I think gave him a little bump. Blank Dino, thank you for, what was that? I can't see, the 1-bit cheer, thank you for that. Sorry, it's my, a console thing right there. Matt Benson, he did lose out on that contact, not only early on in lap 1, and now on lap 3, another incident, which forced him wide. It's all good for the driver behind, qualified 21st, and is still 21st. Not like the 12 loss for here for Matt Benson, who's got Ben Gary just ahead of him. And there's probably a little bit of damage here because you got Ryan Otis, who's now into P18, but he's not making strong moves here. It's Joshua Justice making possibly a move here on Andrew Frank, and it doesn't go. It's 10 spots up for Andrew Frank. It's Seth Hansen, who's up 5. Trey Misek up 15. A lot of close battles. Marshall Scarry trying to take another spot and chipping away here at Eric Kunzman. Gets on through. And Ryan Otis doing the same. Possibly. He's going side by side with Aiden Gwertz, but then concedes the spot. So now up into P17. We could probably see a good... back to the top 10 at least for Ryan Otis. Right now he's P7 in class. Chicken Wing Racing League. I don't know what that's about. Alright. It's a lot of close battles. Hard to decide which ones to click on at the moment. Peter Flanders up in Jeff. Oh no! Yikes! Well, there's a pass. I can't wait to be in the highlight room after this, in the Discord call after this race, because there is obviously some same Wingstop Racing League. I don't know. Same logo? Guess? I don't know. I don't even like chicken wings. Or yeah, that's what it's. Not chicken wings, but the chicken tenders. Not a fan. Ryan Otis gets on by Eric Kunzman. A lot of people are making moves there in the in 14-15, that little chicane. He's aiding and trying to make a move here on Eric Kunzman. No, he doesn't, but Jeff sends one here on Marshall Scarry, and he gets it done and is ahead. Where's the Jake footage? He is now down 1 spot in P22, but he's in a little train. Matt Benson trying to make a move here on Aiden Gwertz. They're side by side. Going to be going into turn 6, and it looks like it's going to go down to Matt Benson. Nope, Aiden is having none of it, and will try hold on to it, but I think it is kind of secured for the moment. And yep, Matt Benson has gone on by Aiden, now only down 10 spots. Further back, you got Darius Timms, who's down 1. And Craig Carroll here's also got some damage on his car, 38th. Aaron Siciliano's lost his rear. Tells you it wasn't his fault, because his front end is just fine. Steve McAllister just ahead of him. Forrest Holland in 35th with a damaged front end. Michael Is it Chody? I think that's how you say it. Up 7 in 34th. 33rd is Chris Virgin. It's up 7. Max Klein is up 14. Andrew Frank up into 31st with 5 positions gained. Seth Hansen up 3 in 30th. Chris Stewart with 16 gain is in 29th. Just goes to show you where he's at because he's sat just 1 row behind Trey Mistack. That's Joshua Justice just ahead of him in 28th, and is the move down. We got 2 moves possibly. Trey Mistack making him 1 up further up, and then McLaren. That wasn't his, but Angel Bonello Soto in 27th. Richard Swiderski up 3 in 26. Trey Mistack up 19. And you'll see him probably chip away some of these drivers here in positions. Brandon Burns up into 24th. Chris Stewart, oof. Joshua Justice. Oh, he had a snap. Well, maybe he had a snap. It could have been maybe a little nudge. I'll take a chopper view of this. Did he lose it all on his own? I think he did. I think he got... Yeah, he hit something. Something part of the curbing. But there's that. Seth Hansen now into 29th. Ooh, where are we at here? Sorry, Brandon Burns up in 24th here, down 12 where he started. Up further is Tyler Kern in 23rd. Jake Daly, 22nd. And then you have Matt Benson trying to go side by side here with Eric Koonsman. Pass down on the straight, barely visible in that orange McLaren. Is it McLaren? Yes. We have 2 drivers going too wide here. It's Ben Gary also overtaking Aiden Gewurz. Matt Benson does make the move, and now is up through ahead. Jake Daly, also not Jake Daly. Yeah, it is Jake Daly. Jake Daly is in the pits. Oh, not sure what that's about. Aiden holding it off. Or he was able to get past Eric Koonsman. But Ben Gary just got on through as well. So he did 3 overtakes. Barely in like 1 sector. Final corner now into that exit of 4. Eric Koonsman is just on a battle to save spots. He's now down only 2. But every driver is chipping away kind of at his momentum. We'll see shortly. When he gets out of the pits, it'll let us know why he ended up going in. Maybe he has damage that he can't continue with. It is lap 7 of 24. There is a chance that you pit and go long. And we have almost a 3 wide situation. Tyler Kern keeps it 2 wide. And Trey Mistack trying to make a move on any of these drivers. Thank you, Jacob Simmons, for the tier 1 sub. 12 months. Thunder Thighs top 10? Possible. I think he's up there. Yeah, Dylan Thomas in 9th. And these drivers are just going too wide everywhere. And Trey did get past Tyler Kern, green Mercedes, and he's trying to get past Aiden Gewurz for P20, and does so. Further back, you have Richard Swiderski trying to hold off Chris Stewart, unable to. As Chris pushes on through, he's now up 19 spots. Got Brandon Burns just ahead of him, and Joshua D also in the fight. Andrew and Peter here, as Peter gets through on Andrew Fogan for P12. Strong damage limitation here for those drivers. Now down 12 positions for Jeff Koffold, who was P2 at the start of this race for only a couple seconds. These battles are still happening in the midfield here, as Brandon Burns is trying to make a move here on Joshua D. What happened to Ryan, Otis, and Peter? Yeah. You take it. Give me This is as good as time as any to go back to the start. Let's take a look. Just gotta. There's been a lot of incidents, so it is gonna take me a second to pull exactly that incident up. All right, here we go. This is what happens first. We did a chopper cam. Peter hits Jeff, and then bang, ding, ow, and then we get a pile up. Ryan Otis is sitting behind Peter. They can't get going again. Everyone gets back out there. That's sort of how it starts. Bang! Just gets that right rear, and then Ryan Otis, who's also involved in that, he's trying to go to the outside, but Jeff goes wide because he's trying to get off the track, and then it becomes a pileup of epic proportions. Matt Benson, who's also on the outside of this entire event, is now sitting parked next to his Valhalla teammate. And as you can imagine, Brandon Burns, who's just trying to go to the outside, is now stuck firmly behind this nonsense. And then, you know, Aaron Siciliano, who I don't think did anything wrong here. You can see him on the outside. He stops, and then somebody... Oh, no, he doesn't get hit here, but he gets hit later. Patrick Rich, who was also in this, you can see him, and he gets turned. He's 20... He was the number 27 there, and he just keeps getting turned on, and then can't get out of the way. Boris Holland, who was also in this event, just hits the outside. Really bad turn one. So this might be it, finally. No, that's not it. It's going to happen later. Tom Smith. It's kind of... That's a shunt, sort of. Not a shunt, but it's a tap to the side. I don't even know if that was... If there's anything in war. It could have been net code. But that's Aaron Siciliano and Tom Smith, and then he has to go towards the barrier there. Beyond that one, then we have Chris Virgin, who just had an off track, honestly. It's not even that bad. But they count it. This might be it. Aaron Siciliano. Oh, that's when Aaron Siciliano gets turned. But he already lost his rear, so I guess he got hit, and we didn't count it. Couldn't see it, at least. Darius Timms gets a little... Take a better look at this one. Darius Timms is the one we're on board with, and you see that black car come in. I think it's the McLaren, and yep, just taps it. He goes wide. Then Kurt Moss. I don't think this is Kurt Moss's fault. We could take just a brief look at that again, as that's Aiden Gortz, who wasn't it's one of those wasn't really there. The move wasn't on. And then Aaron, I think, just loses it on his own. And Forrest Holland later. Dive bombish. Take a better look at that. He's gonna turn in, and out of nowhere, boom! That's Darius Timms. Comes into play. Patrick Rich is unfortunate, but that's all on him. Daniel Beck also lost it on his own. Craig Carroll, I think he was all on his own on that one. And then we had some other juicy ones here. Darius Timms, no, this is all on his own. There's one contact. I think I could find it later. Nope, this isn't it. Darius Timms, no, he's just losing it. Unfortunate. This is a highlight reel of people just losing the rear. Aaron Siciliano. Too much curb, I think. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And we are back to live. That was all the incidents that you were able to see. Quick updates. Patrick Rich has got the move down on Tom Smith. Gets ahead into P36. No, it's not over. Tom Smith still... Oh, no, he's definitely not clear. Yeah, not fully alongside. Chris Stewart is now up in 24th with 21 positions gained. And what happened with Jake Daly? Because he pit early. Such a spicy race. Yeah, Matt Benson. We have Ryan Otis in the pits now. It's a good time for people to be pitting. Jeff Koffold is up into 13th as he passes Andrew Bogan here. Strong damage limitation here for Peter Flanner and Jeff Koffold, who are down only 9 and 11 at the moment. What did Jake Daly? So he pit on lap 6. He's now down 12. He's in 32nd. A 33.6. So he didn't pit for a full fuel scenario because I doubt you're going to be able to go to the end of the race from pitting on lap 6. Maybe he just had some type of damage. Maybe someone go on a Discord call with him. Josh just gets through on Tom Smith into turn 1. Ask him why he pit. A lot of drivers are still close. The midfield is extremely close. Peter Flanner and Braden Daniels here. And does he have it done? Yes, he does. Get to the chicane. Alright. Well, still a good fair bit of this train. It's still together for the most part. There is a gap, though. Joshua D kind of has that gap. It's a 1 second gap to Tyler Kern. But there's still a bit of these guys kind of close together. Matt Benson has pit. It's a good looking Mercedes. Which one? I don't even know which one I was looking at. Kinda looking around here. And here's Ben Gary up 17, trying to battle here with Angel Bonella Soda, who's up P17 at the moment. Ooh, we got a spin. And that was Isaac Gardner. Take a look here. Oh, that's a bizarre one. Let's take a look at Eric Koonsman. His car's fixed. And in class, Eric Koonsman in 35th. He is P10 in the AM class right now. It's unfortunate. When it rains, it pours. Matt Benson also in that same boat. It's in 7th. He was first, with a good marginal gap over everyone else. He let Joshua Jablonski on by him. That's what that was. Craig Carroll into 39th at the moment. Forrest Holland in 38th. Andrew Frank in 37. Joshua Justice in 36. Patrick Rich in 37. Eric Kuzman 34. Steve McAllister 33. Chris Stewart in 32 as he came out with 13 positions gained. That's still a ton that he's going to gain back after this is all said and done. He was P24 at the time. Brandon Burns was 20. He's P31. Jesus. Daniel Beck in 30th. Jake Daly into 29th. So I'm curious if he's going to have to pit again. I wonder if he has enough fuel for the end of this race. Pit on lap 6. Some drivers did pit on lap 8. It's still going to be rough. Angel Bonello Soto at 28 at the moment. Max Klein 27. He has to pit. Chris Virgin in 26. Matt Benson has pit and came out in 25th. Michael Chody in 24th. He has to pit. Joshua D is in the pits right now. Ryan Otis is out there. He pit on lap 10. Might be good for him. We'll see. Seth Hansen in 21. Richard Swiderski in 20th. Tyler Kernan in 19. Aiden Wertz in 18. Ben Garvey in 17 at the moment. Marshall Scary in 16. He's kind of in a no man's land. He's got a 1.5 second gap. And Trey Mistack did get on by. 29 positions gained for him. Got a 4.4 second gap to Jackson Sherlock, who is the leading AM class driver in 14th at the moment. Andrew Fogan is in 13th. Braden Daniels in 12th. Jeff Koffold in 11th. He's crawling back the top 10 at least. Peter Flanner in 10th. Dylan Thomas in 9th. And he's got Peter Flanner just behind him, 3/10. We'll take a look at that soon. Jean Jairaman in 8th. Jean McCluon is leading the rookies at the moment. And Joshua Jablonski in 6, Sean Javecki in 5, Chris Schierling in 4. Austin McGill is battling it out there with Mark Foley. P2. Side by side through another couple corners, through the arena section, and straight on to turn 6. And Mark Foley has got the move down for P2. Or does he? So Austin McGill takes it back. Now back in P2. And Gage Hines is also passed him. That said, I've got the Pro-Am drivers, Chris Chitterling, and he is in 4th right now. I think I said Josh. I think Josh Jablonski is in 6th, John Javecki in 5th. Chris Chitterling has a gap to Prashant Jayaraman, who's in 8th, 4-8 here, and he's the leading Pro-Am driver. Gage Hines is the leading pro, and all three, P1, 2, and 3 are the pros out there. Chris Stewart up 19. Max Klein also up 19. We're looking at 26 and 27. And these guys have pit. Or Max Klein has them, actually. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle bus because Jake Daly's up against Chris Stewart, who is, well, he has the Pro-Am things. I thought he was a pro. I don't see. It's probably most of them from the pits at this time. We got basically everyone who has gone through the pit cycle. Only one that he might gain, and Jake might gain, is this is Michael up here who is not pit. He'll gain 1, so he'll go into 24th, but every other driver has pit. Question is, pitting on lap 6 good enough for the end of this race? One wonders. Ryan Otis is now up into 18th. every driver ahead of him has not pit. So this could be pretty beneficial for him. There he goes into 23rd. Like I said, he's gaining spots, but those two he gained were from two people in the pit lane right now. Got Chris Stewart that wants to make this too wide. Austin McGill is the first driver in the top 10, top 17 actually, that has pit. He comes, John Javecki comes in. Joshua Jablonski has a black flag entering the pits. That's going to be rough for him. He's P8, but he's going to drop further down because he's probably got to stop and hold penalty for that black flag. So we won't see him move for quite a while. Austin McGill is out. But who is in front of him? John Javecki is exiting. Austin McGill is looking at... Oh, that's a lap traffic. So he goes to P6. Gage Hines is leading this race. Has been for some time. Chris Shearling stayed out. So did Mark Foley, Peter Flanner, and Dylan Thomas. We'll see the shakeup here with Austin McGill, John Javecki, and Jean McCluan. Now this is where it starts to be a when it rains it pours for Joshua Jablonski, who's a very quick driver, is now exiting the pits 1 minute and 15 seconds. Dropped down all the way to 24th. Gonna be losing some more on this one. And he enters turn 1. Drivers that got past him. Brandon Burns is behind him, but he's now got 3 drivers ahead of him. And they are battling it out there. Tyler Kern and Aaron Koonsman. Aaron Koonsman on the inside wants to make that spot be 24 for him, and he does so. And he gets ahead of Tyler Kern in the green Mercedes. Now, that entering the pits unsafely most likely was the black flag. Now he's going to try to make a move here on Tyler Kern and does so with quick succession. And now it turns into a knife fight here for some of these drivers because it is very close exiting the pits. Brandon Burns is right on the heels of Tyler Kern here. It almost looked like they were about to go too wide through that the Dunlop. They didn't though. Peter Flanner has a black flag as well. Austin McGill comes out in 3rd, ahead of Chris Chitterling. That was kind of most likely going to be the case there. But Chris Chitterling is close. Gage Hines is... he's out there in 2nd. Mark Foley is the one that is going to overcut. Peter Flanner still in the pits. He's got another 10 seconds to go. Ryan Otis is now back in the top 10. Having pit on lap 10 with 35.2. Only down 4 spots from where he qualified. Where is Jeff? Jeff is down still 11 spots. And Trey Mistak is actually ahead of him with 32 positions gained and has pitted, has gone into the pit cycle. So, unfortunate. Matt Benson and Jackson Sherlock battling here for the AM class title. Now down only 6. And who's it going to go to for the AM leader? They gave each other both a fair bit of room there. And Matt Benson is now leading the AM class once again, as he did when he started at the start of this race. Qualified way ahead. And just look at the comparables. It's 6 positions lost 9 positions gained for Jackson Schlock to even have this this battle happening right now. That was all through the shenanigans at turn 1 that occurred. Mark Foley exiting the pits. Not even a contest there as he gets on through, but where is Austin McGill? He will see him into turn 1. He probably won't be up to full speed, but here we go. 2, 3, and 4. A battle on track, and Mark Foley has it still ahead of Austin McGill, but I think Austin McGill is going to make the move. And through he goes. And this battle for the AM class is not over. With 6 laps left to go, they're going to take this 2 wide into turn 1. And Jackson Schlock didn't get the move there, but still in the fight. The real question is, can Jeff do some damage limitation here? Can he get ahead of Trey Mistack? It's gonna be difficult to say. He's 5th in class at the moment. He's got Braden Daniels ahead of him, Dylan Thomas, Prashant Jayaraman. Of course, the leader of that class, Chris Chitterling. I think he's up to 19th, yeah. Will be one of those interesting ones. Can Jake actually go to the end? Aiden Gortz here is now clocked a faster lap, an improved lap for himself. It's almost a full 10th faster than Jake. It's ahead. I think it's Blank Dino. Thanks. Take a look here. It might be subtle, but I think that's how he did it. Jeff Koffold has been given a black flag, and it was before he did the pit scenario there. That is a bummer for Jeff. Angel, Chris Stewart, Angel. Chris Stewart, yeah, it is. Angel Banana Soda and Chris Stewart going side by side here. He's 16, and he gets through. Oh, and there's a moment. That moment, I think there's a wiggle for Angel, and now that gives Jake Daly a chance. It might be over. We'll see. I think Jeff has parked it. He is still in the pits. We have lost Kurt Moss, Rodrigo Theory, Darius Timms, and Daniel Beck. Possibly Jeff Koffold. Blink and you missed it. This is Jean McLuhan and Ryan Otis battling out here. The wife who didn't protect him there, as that was a quick overtake onto the Coca-Cola curve. Of the Ryan Otis one? Oh, we're gonna get this. Does he make the move into turn 1? A lot of people are. I'd argue the arena section's a little bit better for the Porsche. Do so, but 4 laps to go. Probably got to worry a little bit about fuel. I think on lap 6 was ideal, especially when you do a 33.6 and everyone else is doing 34, 36, 35s. It is always crucial to dive into turn 1. I mean, that's where people are making the moves. Although you'll see some creative ones happening down the those straights. A couple people are passing here at turn 6 and 7. Ooh. Max Klein has also been given a black flag, as well as Aaron Siciliano. Yeah, rough. Oh, what's that? Steve McAllister. But he's going really slow. I mean he's letting these drivers by, but he also has some damage to that front left. I don't show any accidents though. Oh, here it is. Lap 17. Oh no. Let's say when these are accidents, when they're not really accidents, but the midfield or the 20s is still, battles are still going on. We got 4 in a row right now. Joshua D in the middle, the rookie, next to Aiden Gwertz. And Jake Daly just ahead. Aiden possibly has Joshua D here for a spot. Nope, Joshua's going to fight back for it. And Aiden does get on through. So does Joshua Jablonski. For the moment, though, as he can take this all the way into turn 6. Oh, thought he could, but he moved on through. And Joshua Jablonski, now with a mistake there from Aiden Gwertz, he gets through and picks up another spot. Now he's got Jake Daly ahead of him. And Eric Koonsman now has a black flag as well. Whoops. Joshua Justice goes ahead of Ben Gary. This is a black flag, not even a disqualification. So, battle for P1 in the AIM class is still on. 2 laps to go. Kind of see right there, Joshua Jablonski's last lap was 154.5, and every driver around him is at least half a second difference here as he jumps through and tries to get a move down on Jake Daly, and it does it. Gets it done. Joshua Jablonski's a pro, in the pro class, I should say. He's got pro class speed difference. What's up, Solo Art. I think that's what I said. Alright, quick recap. 2 laps to go, and the gap is 7.3 seconds. Yikes. Gage Heinz, calculated. Gonna definitely win this one. Austin McGill in second, Mark Foley in third. Chris Schitterling is the leader of the Pro-Ams, and he is in fourth. And Jean McCluan is in 7th. He is the leader of the rookie class. And Matt Benson right now, as it stands on the final lap, they are not quite there yet. But it is the final lap for this driver. And the battle for the AM class leader could go to the line. We will see. Bucky Rad Stag, hello. We got battles happening here right now, and it's a shame. Want to show them all. Big's leading this little pack here, but Gage has just a little bit ways to go here. I actually don't even know. He's got actually a lot more ways to go. He's at the Dunlop, so we'll take a look in a second here. It's a real battle here. These drivers are going to take this for a full lap here, and we will see whether or not Matt ends up coming into this booth. Aiden Gwertz makes a move there into turn 1, and that's where you're going to get it done on Jake Daly. And Jake goes back into 20th. And Gary also wanting to make a move here on Joshua Justice. It's not quite on just yet. And with a final set of corners as he passed the Coca-Cola curve, penultimate corner, and those drivers will have to go again. But Gage Heinz wins here at the Nurburgring. Austin McGill, P2 for him. Mark Foley into 3rd. Chris Schitterling wins in class for the Pro-Ams and 4th overall. John Javecki in 5th. Ryan Otis in 6th. Jean McLuhan in class, rookies, wins and is 7th overall. Prashant Jayaraman in 8th. Dylan Thomas in 9th. Braden Daniels in 10th. Andrew Fogan in 11th. Trey Mistek in 12th. Matt Benson still leading the AMs right now. Jackson Schlock just behind him, and he is celebrating. Across the line he goes. It is confirmed he is 13th, 14th for Jackson Schlock. First in class for Matt Benson. What a win for him. Marshall Scary in 15. Chris Stewart 16. Angel Bonello Soto in 17. Josh Jablonski at 18. Aiden Gwertz 20th. Peter Flanner 21. Joshua D 22. And Jake Daly 22. Joshua D 21. Jake Daly 22. Tyler Kern 23. Brandon Birds 24. Seth Hansen 25. Ben Gary 26. Joshua Justice 27. Richard Swedesky 28. Andrew Frank 29. Eric Koonsman has a black flag across the line, so he's going to change. Craig Carroll in 31. It's actually going to be 30. The results will change after everything's said and done. Forrest Holland also has a black flag as well, so their positions will have added time to the slot. So it's going to say 31, but it's probably going to be 30. Chris Virgin into 32. Michael Chody into 33. And Forrest Holland in 34 technically, but yeah, he's got a black flag. Patrick Rich in 35. Tom Smith 36. So Craig Carroll did go into 30th. Eric Koonsman dropped down to 33rd. Patrick Rich 35. Tom Smith 36. Max Klein 37. Aaron Siciliano 38. Aaron Lesser 39. Alec Isaac Gardner 40. Stephen Kauser 41. Jeff Koffel 42. Danny Beck 43. Darius Timms 44. Rodrigo Theory 45. Kurt Moss 46. And that is it. The winners for each class: Gage Heinz, Pro; Chris Schitterling, Pro-Am; Matt Benson, AM; and Jean McLuhan in the rookies.
Lizard.
Yep. All right. So
Okay.
let's start quick. Gage Heinz, what a fantastic win. 7 seconds overall. That's got to feel pretty good about just how you were running. At all, were you how did it go between you and Austin? Because you ended up passing. I didn't see it, but was it just race pace was a little different?
No, he spun. I had no business finishing ahead of Austin or the majority of the pro field. I just looked up, saw him that he said he spun, and I was in first place.
Oh, gotcha. So yeah, well, that spin ultimately he did finish second, but Yeah, so I mean, the first half was probably pretty good. That second stint was probably a lot more favorable to you because you had a pretty good run of it. I mean, the start might have been a little wonky, but you both managed to just walk away from all the nonsense that happened behind you.
Yeah, yeah, that I need to go back and see what happened in turn 1, but it looked like it took out the majority of the field.
It did.
But yeah, the second stint, I felt more comfortable after the pit stop, but yeah, like I said, Austin, he was flying all week on this track, and I hate to see him spin, but I won't say no to a win.
Well, yeah, congratulations. I mean, what a fantastic win. I think that puts you like really close in contention for the top step in the overall for the pros. Really in contention for the championship there, especially with this win and Ryan Otis finishing sixth. That's definitely going to keep the points pretty much in the coming down to the wire for round 12.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be exciting. It's at Mugello, right, next week?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to put some practice in.
Well, hope you do. Can't wait to see what happens next week.
All
Thanks for
right.
joining me.
Thanks, Jason.
Mhm. Chris Chitterling, congratulations. P4 and also great. I mean, great job overall. You managed to kind of, I guess, skirt through all that stuff that was happening into turn one. Did you go into panic mode? I didn't really see your perspective there, but I mean, Jeff gets hit sideways. That kind of sends out the competition for you as far as the next driver. How did it
Yeah,
feel?
yeah. Well, I think I was definitely gifted that one. I thankfully chose the inside, so luck of the draw there. Chose the inside and was able to get through pretty safely.
Awesome. Throughout the race, did you have any moments with John Javecki or Mark Foley? I mean, at some point, I think everyone in the top, like I'd say 7, 10, maybe, everyone just had some gaps to each other, or were you just, or any sweat there on that second half after the pit stops?
Yeah, I definitely had some moments, sadly, especially after the pit stop. Before the pit stop, I was kind of in fuel saving mode, just trying to make sure I had an extra lap. And then after the pit stop, I felt pretty good, but kept making some silly mistakes trying to push to catch up to Mark, who was too fast to me.
Yeah, I think Mark was flying tonight. He definitely went round after round with Austin McGill, but I think Austin ultimately succeeded on that battle. But thanks for joining me, Chris. I mean, what a fantastic win. I know it was kind of gifted, but at the same time, you take those, and yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Jason.
Mhm. Matt Benson, congratulations to you as well. I mean, what a comeback. You weren't even involved in that incident, although you ended in going wide ultimately was the move technically. If you just went a little wider, you would have been able to get by.
Yeah.
But it must have been funny staring at Jeff Koffold, of Valhalla sister teammate there, who was just like, "Hey, that's I know that livery. Why is it in front of me sideways?" But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, you get a little sad when all of that happens, then it's like almost like a little bit of an extra burn when you see a teammate sideways in front of you in the mix. So it was you get a little bit of a chuckle out of it after you wipe the tear away. But yeah, it was a little bit of work afterwards because I had front wheel damage, or I had wheel damage. Something else happened, or sorry, I had front end damage from that, and then something else happened, and I got wheel damage. So I was driving a little bit sideways for like the first 10 or 12 laps, however many till I pit.
yeah, and then yeah, after you pit, you clawed back all those spots. It was very impressive to see. I'm not sure if there's any like contacts that were happening from any of the drivers, but Jack, did you know you're battling Jackson Sherlock for the lead of the AMs?
I had a feeling because it was a familiar group ahead, and with Trey Mistack ahead as well, is kind of was my little bit of a barrier to know. But yeah, Jackson was a lot of fun to race with there. That was up until the end, so it was good racing him.
Yeah, I mean, you managed to keep it ahead of him. Uh, those last couple laps, we were taking a look at. I was taking a look at it mostly, and you kept it ahead. There were some moments when you guys were battling a little bit, but Yeah, across the line. You were even celebrating just before you got to the line. I mean, maybe a slight chance that he could have got you there, but no, it didn't happen. And across the line, you ended up celebrating. That's it's got to feel pretty good. It's another win for you as well, back to back. Um, I don't know how that puts you in the championship standings, but farewell on that one. I hope you can get some more spots. You're at P8 right now, so I think you can go even higher than that. I think I'll probably put you into at least fifth.
I think it might be back to back to back as well. I'm trying to get out of the AM class is why I'm really sweating.
Okay.
That's why I'm.
well,
But
right now, Jake Daly is leading it, and if you can get ahead of him, and I think he was involved in an incident early on as well. But yeah, that was.
Yep. I'm excited to go back and see that whole turn one incident. But yeah, it was another good fun race, and again, appreciate you broadcasting.
Yep. Thanks for
So,
joining me, Matt.
Thank you.
And take
Yeah, brother.
care.
You too. See ya.
Thanks everybody else for joining me. That is it. Like one of the drivers said, as Gage Hines said, that our next Sunday is going to be Mugello. So join us for that one. And take care.